back in Isaiah, the 13th chapter, I'm going to read back at verse 9. It says, behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel both with wrath. Actually, I wasn't at 9. Let me go back up a little. Verse 8. It says, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel both with wrath and fierce anger. So you got people that love to say that, like especially Christians, man. Even bless their whole, the elderly, the Jake that's up there in age, man. They got their old, chants and shit. You see them in the, everything is a Jesus moment. How you doing today? I'm doing great because Jesus woke me up. And they always got some reference to some kind of chant, some kind of saying or something. You know them. Every Israelite family got one, no matter if you're Southern Kingdom or Northern Kingdom. You got them. In the Northern Kingdom, you ask how they do. They reach down, put their rosary in, and kiss their rosary. Sweet Jesus, and they got a phrase for you. It's all throughout our people, man. But the thing is, man, when you're dealing with them, you're dealing with those Jakes, man. At the end of the day, they could desire the day of the Lord's wrath, but they don't understand that's their ass. The Most High, it tells you that, and you go into Amos, the 5th chapter. Matter of fact, we're gonna go into it, because you may want the day of the Lord's wrath, but you don't even understand what that actually means for you. And because you listen to the so-called white man putting deceivableness out there, and through these churches and through these false teachings, that you think that you have no idea what it is, what the day of the Lord's wrath is. This is Amos. I got 2 scriptures. So you don't understand what's coming because why you don't listen to the right people. You listen to these church pastors, man, but they don't have the secrets of the Most High. So this is Amos 3 and 7. It says, actually, I'm gonna start at 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. The servants been out there, been teaching you what's coming and trying to get you in a preparation mode so you'll know what the day of the Lord's wrath is. But you don't. You don't listen to the prophets. You think evil done in the city, it is Satan did that. You believe that Satan and demons are going out here running rapid and wild, which is true. They are. It's being carried out by Satan and demons, but it wasn't ordered. It wasn't. Satan don't call the plays. The Most High, he calling the plays. Everything that's carried out was by the way of the Most High, who he wanted to carry it out. He is the one that decided that's what's gonna happen. Salaki. So let's get into the day of the Lord, man. Because so many people thinking that's a sweet and lovely day. Amos 5 and 18 says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. It's like I said, you got a whole bunch of jakes out there. They just desiring for this day to come. They can't wait. You got old Jake that sit up there and on their sofas and rocking chairs and just wait every day, hoping that that's the day of the Lord. You don't understand what that day actually is. It says, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and no light. The day of the Lord is darkness and no light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. And I told you, there's going to be lions out there. It's going to be bears out there. It's going to be snakes out there. There's going to be tigers out there. You know, anything you see that's probably that's outside of water at a zoo is going to be out there coming after you. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. So, so you running from this lion, you turn, and then you see a bear, you turn into a house, and then you lean up against the wall like thinking that you're safe, that you got away from those two predators, not knowing that it's a serpent, a snake that comes up and bite the shit out you in this game time. So we're going to get into who does this apply to, because it's very specific who this applies to. Verse 20, it says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and no light, even very dark and no brightness in it? And it's going to be dark for those that are in darkness. For you that are asleep, that are in darkness and drunken, it's going to be a dark day for you. But for the men of the light, that's of the day, they'll be able to see. Why? Because they were given the understanding and knowing the prophecies. The Most High is going to give them the light to see. Plus, they're going to be spiritually guided. Their footsteps going to be guided in righteousness. So they're not going to flee into the house with a serpent like you went into to bite. They're going to go in the back somewhere else, and they're going to be at peace, because the Most High is going to provide protection for those men and their families and the women that the Most High have selected, and the children that the Most High selected that have that covering, that protection. Verse 21, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. So who is this applying to? 2/3 of the nation of Israel. That uphold these feast days, these man-made holidays, these man-made traditions. The scripture said not to follow traditions made for men. You're supposed to follow the high holy days of the scriptures that was given to you by up high, the Most High. That's what you're supposed to be following. But no, our people, you celebrate every tradition that a man brings forth to you. If Esau created 5 new traditions through the year and he gave you a day off, you're going to worship that position. You're going to worship that tradition. You're going to follow that holiday. Next year, you're going to implement that holiday amongst your family, and looking forward to those celebrations on those days. It says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beasts. So when you over there celebrating, baking your turkey or deep frying your turkey and baking your ham and making all your sides and everything for you burn it, and then you sit at the table and you try to pray to Jesus and everything. Most High he ain't accepting that burnt offering, that fat beast. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. But let judgment run down as water. What's the judgment? Those lions, those bears, those snakes, the serpent, all the newly created creatures, like I mentioned earlier, Leviathan. It says, and righteousness as a mighty stream. So that judgment is righteousness, because you rightly deserve it. That you get it. Because why? Because you've been sinning and been aligned yourself up with the so-called white men. How are you going to do that? You 2/3, you're going to take that chip. You're going to take that vaccine, and then you're going to run it right into the chip for you, and you're going to take it. Because you're going to say, I got to do what I got to do. Because you have no faith. It wasn't given to you. It's not a gift that you received. It says, verse 25, have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? Question mark. Yes. Yeah, exactly. And our people are still doing it to this day. So when you come upon, going back into Isaiah, behold, verse 9, Isaiah 13:9, the day of the Lord cometh cruel both with wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. We just read it. We just went into one of the, several ways. Ultimately, those glittering swords that the minor prophets were speaking of. Habakkuk, Nahum. These glittering swords was represent the nuclear missiles. Verse 11, it says, and I will punish the world for their evils and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I'm talking about you, Esau. See, you're the one that's arrogant. You're the one that think that your inward thoughts, that your houses shall continue forever, your generations forever, that there won't be an end to your rulership. This regards you and the wicked that follow you. Wicked of our nation, 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedges of Ophir. So hold up, wait a minute. Let's expound on that just real quick. So the Most High said he said nothing about a woman at all. He said, I'm gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. A man. But see, in this society, in this Esau society, you uplift women. You put women up here, men down here. You run TV programs where the man is the dummy, he's the dodo, he's the fool. And the woman is the smart, his wife is the smart one. She's the intelligent, she's bright and witty. She's got the common sense. While the man's a joke, right? He's the butt of all jokes. He's the one that the audience is laughing at. Even in let's say, let's go to the Cosby Show. Heathcliff or Cliff, say Heathcliff, Cliff Huxtable, which was played by Bill Cosby. He was the goofy. He was goofy. He was a dummy. Even though he was a doctor in the show, he was the one that was stupid. He was the one that wasn't smart. The dodo moments came through him. And his wife, Claire Huxtable, who was played by Felicia Rashad, she was the smart one. She was the lawyer. She was smart. She was the one the kids looked up to, the ones the kids went to for advice. You put that imagery out there. You put that out there in the world, and you beef up these women's heads. It makes you think that they something when they really don't understand their true position. And that's why the Most High is going to relegate them back to where they belong, which is being scared, which is looking for protection, hiding behind a man. Because there are going to be men out there that the Most High he's going to magnify those men. Just like he magnified Moses and Joshua, he's going to magnify those that are serving him in spirit and in truth. And you women is going to recognize that. Because in that time, Most High going to put the spirit on men to get back into that brutish, that manly man mentality. To where they not about to listen to what a woman got to say. You think there's going to be women out here leading organizations and talking like and speaking and men quiet and they leading a alliance group and shit? You think a man's going to sit there and she say we go this way, okay, let's go, baby. No. She's gonna turn around. She's gonna start walking that way. If she in that spirit, she might just be boo-hooing. To be honest with you, because they're gonna be men crying bitterly. And in this day we talking about, you gonna have women that's gonna think that they something and lead, and they gonna go that way and they gonna turn around. Ain't nobody following your ass. And if you go try to talk mess to these men, you might get the teeth. You might wake up with 3 teeth and your asshole blown out. Cause this is the time we coming to. Matter of fact, we're gonna read that. This is back in Isaiah 13:13, because he said, verse 12 said he's gonna make men more precious than fine gold. Let's just see. It's gonna tell you what's gonna be happening to women and why they're not gonna be made precious. They're gonna be women are gonna be like a hot commodity. As the scriptures say, man. It says, therefore will I shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as the sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. You're going to have that. You're going to have the other nations saying, man, this place of America, it's not what we thought it was. And, it's not the same. They're going to be looking to retreat to, to their homeland. Verse 15. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. getting thrust through like as a chase row. You know, like a deer caught in headlights, man. They can't move. You know, they you know, a deer wants to get away. A chase row is he out of there. He gone. That's how much trouble gonna be going on, man. Danger all around. It says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their women ravished. Ravished. That means raped, man. That don't just mean rape, man. You get ravished, that means everything applicable that is degrading happened to you. You know, ravished means your clothes is ripped off. You know, you're sitting there with like half your panties on, like half. They just snatched one side of the whole panty off to get to your box. You know, they done ripped off all your stuff. They done pound your face in till your shit is numb. You done passed out. You know, you're not even conscious to know what the hell everything is being done to you after the point of you getting punched out. Then anything you had on you of any type of relevance or needing is gone. Your bag is gone. You know, whatever you had on you, your purses, anything in your pockets is gone. You wake up, they ain't putting back your panties on or putting back your pants on, putting you back together. No, you're gonna wake up ravished, man. That means somebody ripped off everything on you, beat you down to the point where you ain't even conscious of what the fuck is going on. 2 or 3 dudes probably done ran up in you because you can't nothing you could do about it. And you wake up, you know, you can't see out of one eye, your freaking mouth feel like it's out here. Your shit's so fucking swollen. You know what I'm saying? You coughing because you woke up probably because you couldn't breathe. Blood was probably clogging up your airways. And then you was coughing and woke up and trying to gain consciousness, spitting teeth out. Ravished mean you gonna be getting towed the hell up, man. Ravished don't just mean you getting raped. That's one thing that's gonna happen to you as you getting ravished. See, and this is the thing, man. A church house can't say this to, because most of their attendees, most of their congregation is women. You imagine if what I just said, and I didn't even go extremely graphic into how I really could go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gotten to the fact that somebody might have had a weapon or a devious motherfucker that carved into your skin and cut you the hell up, or somebody done woke up strapped because somebody taking pieces off you and they cooking you because they're gonna be eating you because you're gonna have, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have cannibalism. If a church pastor got up and he got a whole freaking, he got so many people, members of the congregation, he can't even see all their faces. One's way in the back, and he started saying what I just said, stuff that I just said. He ain't gonna get it all done. He ain't gonna get finished everything he got to say, because they're gonna get to walking out. And he don't want to do that because why? What walks out with them is the tithes, the money that they will bring to the front or to the collection plates. They won't be there to fill out the collection place. He ain't gonna tell you that. They ain't gonna tell you this stuff, and that's why this is gonna come on to a surprise to most of you. That's the thief that coming in a night that you ain't ready for. Let's get to another one. When the scriptures talk about evil times coming, evil times is coming, man. You better wise the hell up. It ain't no joke, man. This is Zechariah 14:2. It says, "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoils shall be divided in the midst of thee." Spoils, man. That means goods. That means pillaging. That means, you know what I'm saying, taking up somebody's possessions, man. It's gonna be divided. So in order for somebody to divide your possessions, what they had to do to you to get those possessions, think clear on that. You have possessions on you, but the spoils, meaning what's left of your possessions, people gonna be dividing that up. So that means they put an end to you. You know, you were through. You were done. You couldn't even, like the scriptures say, if a man knew at the hour of the thief, he would basically protect his goods. He will prepare himself so his house won't be overtaken. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know. The thief's gonna come and overtake it. And you Jakes out there, man. You know, we talking about the hopeful elect. Wake up, man, because 2/3, man, ain't awakening for you. They're gonna divide your spoils. They might divide you. Verse 2, it says, "For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the cities shall be taken, and the houses rifled." Now, when you go into that word "rifle," it means like to plunder, like to like stifling, like somebody. You wake up to somebody rambling through your stuff. You know, you wake up somebody downstairs. And they all running through your shit, man. They running through your drawers, they running through your cabinets, they running through your refrigerator, they trying to take whatever. They're just stifling all through your stuff. And then they take it, they pillage it. It's plunder, man. They take off with it, man. It says, "And the women ravaged, and half of the city shall go forth in captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city." Because you're gonna have situations where people are gonna wanting to go because they got loved ones like in the next city over, 2 miles, 3 miles down the way, it's another city. Then a couple miles after that, it might be a border of a county. You know, going to another county, from one county to the next. You ain't gonna be able to do that. See, Esau, all these cities have train tracks, you know, running through them. You know, compliments of Moab. You know, laying down the train tracks. You know, they connect from city to city, and they got trains for each track, man. Each track, they don't be having tracks. You ain't gonna be able to drive through. You know, and that's not including the barricades and barriers that they gonna set up to stop you from coming through. You ain't gonna be able to go into the next city. You ain't gonna be able to do that, man. You ain't gonna be able to, you know, oh, let me go down here and check on my so and so. So this is I'm gonna bounce around a little bit, but this is 2nd Esdras 16. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "Woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia! Woe unto thee, Egypt and Syria." Babylon. These are all references to America, right? Verse 2: "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sacks and hair. Bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is set upon you, and who may turn it back?" So the Most High is saying that you got a sword coming. And those are nuclear missiles that's coming. Ain't nobody gonna be able to turn them back. And they ain't gonna be like, oh, well, hit the button, you know, the abort button. Ain't no abort button, man. Once they sent off, they gonna execute the landing. They gonna hit the target. The target is what? One part of the land of America. You know, every inch of America is gonna get annihilated by a missile. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and who is he that may drive them away? So Esau got you got your missile defense system. Yeah, you do. You got a missile coming over, you know what I'm saying? And the nuclear technology that you have been given by the Most High to detect that there's a missile approaching your atmosphere or coming. And then you have, you know, a button, but it's already ignited. That if it's recognized that there's a nuclear missile coming or any type of missile coming, it automatically shoots a return defense to shoot that missile out the sky. And you got that technology. You know, somebody saying, you know, a handful of missiles, different countries send missiles, but you can't shoot down 200 million missiles coming here. It makes no sense to even, they automatically sent, but all that is going to buy you time to go from one part to the next part of where you were going to get blown up. So like if you was on the beginning of the block, you would have been blown up there, but the missile defense system shot down some missiles, delaying the missiles coming your way, and it just blew you up down the end of the block. That's all it's doing. It's just buying you a little bit more time to get blown up. That's all your missile defense system is set up for it to do, because there's too many coming at you. You ain't gonna be able to stop or slow down or prevent any of them from hitting this land. 200 million missiles are gonna hit here. So whatever ones you shot down doesn't matter. 200 million are going to touch base here in America. Verse 7, actually, verse 6. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the woods? Nope. Nope. The lion is the reason why the lion is the king of the jungle. Let's talk about that for a second, because the lion is not the biggest, baddest beast out there. It's not. You know, lions. You know what a lion gonna do to a damn elephant or a bull? You know, or ox, or there's big, huge, powerful beast out there that you can't do nothing. The lion can't do. What are you gonna do? You gonna bite on a freaking elephant's trunk? He might tusk you. They got tusks, and it's not the fact that the lion is the strongest, the most biggest, baddest. It's just the fact that the lion is the most courageous. The lion fights to the death. You got two animals that come and they lock up. One animal will fight you for a period of time, to the fact that he realized that there's no letting up. Like this dude is gonna, like I'm saying, this animal is gonna fight me till one of us dies. Most animals they're not up for that fight. There's a point where they're gonna stop fighting and they're gonna retreat. They're gonna try to get away, man. They want to get away. That's not the lion, man. That is not the lion. Lions there's somebody dying. That's how the lion feels about it. Even if it's him. The lion don't care. He fights to the death. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a mature, well-grown lion is gonna fight to the death. He doesn't care who dies. The courage that he has within him is he's gonna fight you to either you die or he dies. That's why the lion is the king of the jungle, man. So a man ain't gonna be able to turn away a lion in the woods. You can't. He's gonna fight you till one of y'all die. Man. All right, so back in 2nd Esdras 16, and I left off at verse 6. It says, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the woods, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn away again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? No one, because the Most High is in control of everything, and nobody can overturn what the Most High has set forth. He shall cast lightnings. It's like a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightning, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall be afraid, or shall not be afraid? So like, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? man, the Most High is, man, it's beautiful, because we all know you can't. No one can. That's why all these are put forth in question form, because you know the answer. You can't turn it away, man. Ain't nobody, man. You don't be afraid, man. Nobody can set forth the presence of the Most High. It says the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, and the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. See, the thing about it is, man, people from throughout centuries, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years have not seen the hand of the full hand of the Most High. The Most High shows you in different ways, you know what I'm saying? But he has not done things in so long to where just the fear of everyone, he put the fear of the Most High in everyone. To like, he hasn't done something so on a highest scale that everybody know Esau can't even come with some mumbo jumbo bullshit scientific explanation of why this happened. He can't do that. Everyone knows that, that is the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Alashadya, you know, like demon-like power, like, oh, terrible power. Like, oh man, that's the Most High. Like, oh shit, like, he hasn't done nothing so heavy that everyone knows and sees and knows that it's him. He hasn't done that in a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you as a kid, your granddaddy used to whoop ass, like come from off the rocket chair off the porch and tear asses up. And then he ain't did it. You a little boy, and you know what I'm saying? And you see him over there, and he be looking mean. He be looking mad, like he ready to tear your ass, right? And he get to talking, tell you, boy, get from around there. I don't be doing that, boy. He talking a lot, telling you a lot. I'm gonna get up here. I'm gonna wear your, you know, all that. You know, as you grow, you know what I'm saying? You get older and older and older. Years and years go by. Your granddaddy's still sitting on that porch, and he ain't done nothing to you. Now you're like 13. You know what I'm saying? Like 13, 14, or whatever, 15. Granddaddy's still cockstrong. You know, but this time he ain't coming with no switch. He ain't coming with no baby. Been telling you since you was 3. Been telling you that, you know what I'm saying, for all these years that what he gonna do to you. And then all of a sudden you at the doing to the fullest of your wickedness in front of him, and he gets up off that rocking chair, come down off that damn porch, man, and he coming behind you, and people been telling you he's coming, and that's the prophets, right? That's the men of the Lord been telling you this is coming, this is happening, this is about to happen. Been telling and warning you. You don't see him coming behind you, but you still acting a fool, and you talking mess, and you doing all this stuff. And then, I mean, your granddaddy coming. Your granddaddy represents the Most High, you know, or sending forth the Lord. Man, he get behind you, and then you don't even get to turn around. He just smack you, like he just smack back. The back of your head just hit you so hard that you in and out of conscience. You wobbling. You damn down to one knee. You know what I'm saying? Because your ass ain't never got hit that hard before. You turn around and you turn around, you see that he up there, he's swolled up, he ready, about to beat the cock shit out your ass. That's what's gonna happen. You think he's still, you didn't think he's gonna ever get off that rocking chair. See, our people are spoiled into their wickedness, man. They're thinking that there's no punishment for it. Matter of fact, let me hold this and get this. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. And I'm going to say this too, man. The scriptures are so fundamentally sound, man. Like, there's so many fundamental scriptures. Like, you can push the truth without having to go, like the apostles say, man, you are 2 or 3 deep, man. You can stay 1 deep, and the whole nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel, can be woke up off milk, man. Just woken up off milk, and then the Most High feeds you, you know, the bread and the meat, man, and the deeper breakdowns, man. But basic scriptures is just like, man, they good enough, man. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil works is not executed speedily, so since